I'm lukewarm to it. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
It's just, how I am with music.
Yes.
Very particular.
Between you and me, I would like carte blanche for all the music. I can't get that. It is what it is.
I'm surprised it's just not, you a cappella.
I mean,
I've seen that done.
That's a whole thing. Foggy has seen the performances, by the way. He's been to 2 or 3 performances.
How do you rate him?
Go back. He should be selling out Madison Square Garden right now.
It doesn't surprise me. A lot of layers.
Voice of an angel.
Voice of an angel.
And I can capture a crowd. That's what you need to do.
Foggy, you are now tagged on Facebook Live, which we are live right now.
Very early on a Wednesday.
Yeah, SportsBiz podcast. We are live from WNHU on the campus of the University of New Haven. And we have 2 legends here with us. We have Shelly just popping on right now for the live version.
Wifey.
Wow.
Yes.
Commitment.
Yes, get to work. Get to work, Michelle.
She's the
Get
greatest.
to work.
She's got her hands full, believe me.
Get to work.
Raising 2-year-old Vito.
Yeah, that's... And you. And
me.
3-year-old you.
She does have to raise me as well.
It's like having a 2 and a 12-year-old in the house.
My God.
Yeah, poor thing.
Yeah.
So...
Can I just say, too...
Say whatever you want.
It's just been way too much of a layoff lately.
Yeah.
We need to get cracking.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to cast, because I have a million things to speak on.
Yeah.
I have, a little bit of free time now.
Yeah.
Our audience is in for a treat if we do this right.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. We're going to go for the next couple of weeks. Vacations come, I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm committed.
Yeah.
Simple.
Well, out of Hollywood casting, we had to bring in Foggy for this one,
Correct.
right? We had to clean up our image a little bit,
Correct.
right? We just we have the face for radio, and we said, well, let's bring in Foggy. We need something. We need to draw in the female audience, right? And
Let me
Foggy's
just mention too, I
yeah.
am deceivably good looking.
Yes. I wouldn't. Yeah,
I've never
really,
had-
that's why I'm behind a camera.
I've never had a problem.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
I still don't. I mean, my wife is very, very, very attractive.
Yeah.
Come on,
Absolutely.
what are we talking?
That's right. So SportsBiz podcast Wednesday afternoon, 3:30. We're really early. We're headed into the 4th. We do talk about the business of sports.
Sometimes.
That's how this started.
Sometimes we do.
This podcast started about 5 years ago with when I would just, Foggy, so you know, I would just interview influencers in the industry.
Yep.
So everybody from agents to former commissioners of leagues to the former GM of the Yankees, I got on there, the son-in-law. Yeah, the son-in-law.
The son-in-law.
Yeah, so it's been around forever. Chris and I have turned it into a live version in the studios. We're going to take it on the road a little bit. But I also do a one-on-one version as well. So SportsBiz Podcast, we talk about the business of sports and your perspective because you're in it. And you don't have one of those jobs that people think that is even a realistic career path.
Yeah.
Right? And in the one thing people don't know is that you bring so much tremendous value because you're like the big uncle for all these student athletes, right? You're not only do you help them from your wellness standpoint and the health and keep them on track, but you're also kind of that, right? You're like a counselor.
Absolutely. And it's a happy medium where you have to be, firm but yet understanding and motivating for that aspect.
Right.
We spend more time as strength and conditioning coaches with those student athletes than coaches do.
You
Just
do,
the
really?
way the NCAA rules and regulations are set up.
So you're allowed more hours with them? Is that how?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in the off season.
Okay. Is there cap on hours in
There
the
are,
offseason?
and that's institutional as far as Division 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
There's non-mandatory, voluntary lifts and things of that nature.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more on the Division 1 end,
Yeah.
where from accountability standpoint, you hold them more of accountability wise, saying, hey, you're here at this time, this time, this time.
Right.
Here it's voluntary at Division 2 level.
Yeah.
But again, you really get
The
to know
off
the
season.
student Yes. So
The off
summer.
season.
So we have guys that stay here in the summer and voluntary train throughout the entire summer. That's an integral part of helping them achieve their goals.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the X's and O's of strength and conditioning is across the board.
Yeah.
The same from Division 1, 2, and 3.
What's the difference between now or when you started and now on these kids coming in who already do you find that they have more of a base and understanding of strength and conditioning than when you first started?
Yes, and it varies sport to sport.
Yeah.
Obviously, with football, most student athletes coming in have had a foundation coming in high school, some even earlier.
You mean the tennis players aren't squatting by the time they get here?
No, I mean, and then when we say lifting, it varies. Some of these football guys are doing curls for the girls. They're doing tries. Yeah. The beach muscles, the mirror muscles. Yeah. From an industry standpoint, we're in sports performance, so it's different than personal training, bodybuilding, CrossFit. We're in the business of increasing athletic performance and reducing the risk of injury. Our job is to keep them on that field, court, whatever venue they're playing on, as long as humanly possible. Yeah. So the value in that is integral to head coaches. Yeah. You invest a lot of money on student athletes, scholarship-wise, time, effort. Right. Now, if a kid goes...
Roster spots.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if he's getting injured and he's on that sideline, he can't contribute. Right. He's not happy. Coach isn't happy. It's not a good scenario. Right. So, from a strength conditioning standpoint, we've progressed in the industry fast and violent, I would say, especially at the Division I institutions, as far as payment of strength coaches, as far as staffing. We've grown here at the institution. When I first started 12 years ago, it was just me. And we have a full-time
That's all we need, Foggy. That's all we need.
The one-man gang.
The one-man gang. So hold that thought for a second. So, Chris, from your perspective as a baseball coach, head baseball coach here, talk about the importance of Foggy to your program.
Well, I'll start by saying this, and this is not just because he works at UNH and so do I. Yeah. Phenomenal doesn't describe it. Mm-hmm. In terms of the quality of instruction, in terms of the quality of dedication, the quality of top to bottom, him and the entire staff. Yeah. Unbelievable. I've been around it long enough to know I've done this for long enough time. It's such an integral part of what we do now that you have to have somebody quality in that position. From the idea of keeping your guys healthy, number one. Number two, making those strength gains, lifting properly, lifting specific to your sports and the actions that are required in your specific sport.
So it's not a cookie-cutter program.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Far from that.
For instance, for us, Foggy will put together two different programs, one for our position players and our hitters, one for our pitchers. They do completely different workouts. And what we see on the field is the proof. It's our guys are more explosive. They are healthier. Their endurance is better. I think our group on a whole, traditionally our program, since I got here anyway, really does enjoy the strength and conditioning part of things. I hope Foggy and the staff enjoy working with our guys as much as they enjoy it. Yeah, they love being in there. And it used to be, I remember when it was almost like a luxury or, it's the extra cheese on the pizza. Right. Now,
the extra cheese on the
pizza. Now it always comes back to food. It always goes back to food. Right. Preferably Italian.
But you're right. I know where you're going with this one.
Now it's a main ingredient. Strength and conditioning is now so much a part of what we do in the college game, and I mean every sport, that if you don't have it, you have no chance.
When you have kids, and I've been there when you were taking parents and kids around the recruits. Yep. Are parents more? Are they asking you a lot more questions now than have they done? Are they more in tune to it?
Absolutely, more so, and the quality of questions are much better now than they were when I first started. Yeah. Back then it was a generic. How many times you lift, this, that. Now it's position specific. What are you guys doing for our pitchers, or what are you doing for goalkeepers, or what are you doing for DBs and combo players or linemen. Yep. So everything's very specific to the nature of the position that they're playing, and we can evolve our end because we have the staffing to do that. So with only one person operating 350 athletes, it becomes very challenging to not have a generic program. So we're pretty fortunate here at the university because we have 3 full-time strength coaches that can oversee that. And then we limit the number of athletes in a weight room at a time, just to allocate more time and attention to each student individual.
It's beautiful. You can't duplicate Foggy too much, right? Yeah. So I think I know I told you this before. I was fortunate enough when I first got into coaching, I was around one of the best strength and conditioning coach I thought at that time was Mike Boyle, right? And Chris Doyle came out of that program as well as BU, and you remind me a lot. because Chris kind of came through as a lineman, so I think a lot of that was powerlifting and for overall strength. Yep. Mike Boyle was 150 pounds soaking wet.
Absolutely.
Right? So
functional training.
Right, and you're seeing him. I was watching him out there with Bruins players out in the field with their sticks up in the air with their gloves on in August, training. And you remind me a lot of Mike Boyle. Well, you got him about 20 pounds. I think you got about 20 pounds. But besides that, much better looking,
20
too.
good pounds.
Yeah, 20 good pounds. Much better looking. There's a couple things.
Sorry,
Sorry, Mike.
Is it bulk season?
There's a couple.
Right.
But I think your personality, how you relate to the players, and that you have a switch. Mike had a switch that went on and off on good Mike and bad Mike, know. And I think you play that role as well.
Yeah,
so,
Foggy, talk about for a second the commitment of where we are now by the athletic departments. I mean, salaries for the Power 5 guys in the Power 5 conferences must be through the roof, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so you're looking at, actually one that we just mentioned, top strength coach in 2018 is Mike Boyle.
Chris Doyle.
Yeah. $725 he's making.
He makes $725,000.
Head strength in
Iowa?
Iowa. Yep. So
$725,000.
And
that's his value.
That's his value. And that's the key is some of these positions now are associate head coach.
Got you.
So because of the amount of time, effort, and the value he brings to them and their program, from a recruiting standpoint, from a retention, and obviously keeping kids healthy and keeping them on the field and seeing the strength gains, that's his value. And each institution is different.
Yeah.
Now you have 87 D1 strength coaches that are over $100,000 a year. 87 of them.
So the proof is right there in the importance of it, right? Because you're not spending money on things that aren't important.
Yeah.
Right.
Simple, right?
Yep.
So right there to me shows you, and the fact that you just said the titles are changing to associate head coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is now caught, to me, the strength and conditioning piece has caught up to the very top with everything else we do in the college program. Everything else we do.
Yep.
It's just as important. And, you can speak from experience coming from where we were 10 years ago to now.
Absolutely. And I can see a big difference in investments from the athletic department, from the administration standpoint. They seem to see the value now, not only from a student-athlete's perspective, but also our head coaching. It's one thing off their plate. They can focus more time and attention on what they do, coaching, recruiting.
Now you don't have an assistant coach that
has
to handle that. He's probably not qualified to do it.
And, now with our certification, you have to have a certified strength and conditioning specialist in the weight room. So that's a huge component, because you can't just have an assistant coach that doesn't have a background in exercise science and graduated with an underground degree. Yeah. So the days of random acts of violence in the weight room, where you just put as much weight in your back, go down and up, and rack it, and
that's
do it
not
again.
what you're supposed to do.
No.
I remember those days.
So there's a rhyme and reason and a scientific method behind it to help, obviously keep kids healthy.
Speaking on that point, when I first became a head coach in 2005, I was the head of strength and conditioning for the baseball program at my institution.
Wow.
You can imagine what those guys were doing.
Good Lord. Smoking cigarettes.
It was no joke.
Lots of heavy metal.
I'm
going to guarantee you had the
I can only imagine.
speakers. So it wasn't even an option.
No one was touching.
No.
A lot of Slayer. Yeah. I'm a 27-year-old head coach. You imagine the things that went on? But the point being, I was the guy.
Right.
And then it evolved into hiring of staff and where it is now.
And that wasn't that long ago.
It's not that long.
I mean, in perspective. It was still, 16 years?
Yeah, but that's how fast it's grown.
I can't add either.
No, you weren't a math major.
No.
The progression, a lot of institutions started hiring just outside help.
Yeah,
but now it's internal. You hire and you're part of the department. And that's grown, and now it's a no-brainer. Everyone's away from that model. It's more, here's our guy, he's in charge, he oversees all the programs. The assistant has its own programs. And
do you have to have a female strength and conditioning coach as well, or is that at your discretion?
It's at your discretion. And in my opinion, it does help, because sometimes, certain teams prefer and respond better and things of that nature. In my opinion, if the quality of care is still the same, and the X's and O's is still the same, and the accountability is still the same, and they have that respect of the student athlete, it doesn't make a difference.
Doesn't make a difference.
No, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We're pretty fortunate here. We have a full-time assistant that is a female, and she does a tremendous job.
Shout out to Monica.
Yeah,
Monica, that's right.
The
she
best.
really does a great job.
Yep.
She's dependable, reliable, but she's on point. Everything's get done.
And
like
don't be fooled.
Yeah.
She can train anyone.
Yeah.
It can be a 350-pound football lineman. It can be one of my players. It can be a female athlete.
She just knows her stuff.
She is an
If you know
animal.
your stuff, you're always going to get respect.
Yeah.
My favorite is when I see you guys walking in the distance.
Yeah.
You, Monica, and...
It was Paul at the time.
Paul at the time.
We just graduated.
It was like a pie graph. It was like short there and then
it looked like Stonehenge. The Stone Age. Ice Age. Remember? At the movie Ice Age? And you guys walking through the parking lot?
Monica,
Big three.
Quick reference. She's actually, she practiced what she preaches. She's actually second in the state powerlifting. She's 5 kilograms away from nationals, and she's got a meet coming up.
Let's
August
go,
24th.
Mons. Let's
Come
go,
on, Monica.
She'll be there. She's, I'm confident she'll be there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Me too. I watch her every morning with me in the weight room. I watch. She's going to get there.
So let's talk about the business. Let's talk about the business outside of collegiate athletics with strength and conditioning. Obviously, it rolls into every major sport.
Yeah.
Right? Every major sport, college. So what are you seeing now on the high school and then dipping below the high school level with these private strength and conditioning coaches that are building huge businesses off of the backs of these kids?
Yes. So, apologize there.
That's a rookie mistake right
there.
Chris. That's a rookie mistake.
If your phone's not blowing up every 5 minutes, you're not important.
That's true.
That.
Well, no one's called me about 3 days, so what does that tell you?
Point being,
exactly.
We only have important people on our podcast.
From the private sector, it's a different song and dance, right? You got to be, it's grown in the fact that when I first started, it was coaches of team coaches would have their own camps. So I would have my own
speed
football
camps.
Yeah, I'd have my own football camp as a head coach of football.
Yeah,
and I would bring in myself and I would run a session, or I run an hour session of conditioning, or an hour of lifting in their camps.
Yeah.
Now it's grown where you have your own camps and clinics as strength and conditioning that is sport specific.
Got it.
So if I'm looking to do a speed camp that might just grab athletes from every sport, or a football specific camp that just worries about strength and conditioning and football specific, the market has changed in that aspect. It also has become a lot watered down. Everyone in their mother can do it now. A strength coach and is a specialist in it. So that's changed where the environment, it's getting crowded, that's for sure. So in my opinion, you got to find your niche and you got to be the best at it. And if they'll see your value.
Any red flags that you would give to parents?
Yes, look into certifications.
Yeah,
because those are very important. You can go on, no take on you, but you can go online and take a certification test, pay $200, fail it, take it again, the same exact test 1 minute later, true false, pass it, and now you're certified.
There's no way I could pass it. I can't even pass it. I couldn't pass an 8th grade math class right now.
Come on, from the mean streets of West Haven.
Yeah. I didn't need it. I didn't need math.
No. Math is not essential.
As long as you can count cash, especially 5s and 10s, you're a good.
Yeah, so I would say make sure that you're getting a certified person, and preferably CSCS, Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist, through one of the best certifications in the country.
Yeah.
So at the university level, you can only get hired if you're that. And for liability purposes, because you're certified, you have those liability insurance through that certification. So if something were to happen, my certification would cover that.
You're covered.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're covered.
I have to upkeep that certification, which is the big red flag. Most of those certifications, you get it, you're good.
Would you recommend it to parents? Would you say that, hey, if your kid is at a certain level, would you suggest off-season?
I absolutely do, and I'm not just saying that because I'm in the industry,
but
you more so,
you should be.
More so, from you can start it at the youth levels, and a foundation program. It doesn't have to be weight training.
What age?
Good question. Everyone, from a speed and agility standpoint, I work as 6 years old running mechanics, just the proper techniques and how to run. Because you can improve speed just on the mechanic of running if it's taught properly. Working on mobility, flexibility, and teaching. At the weight training level, we typically see freshman year of high school now is usually where it's at, and basic foundation.
Freshman year
training
is when they should start on weights.
Yeah, basic foundation training. And we're not setting records. We're looking just to get the range of motion, the proper technique. let them feel comfortable.
Muscle memory start getting
absolutely, and then you can progress and start a good foundation for them to grow and build on for their athletic career.
Yeah.
Because ideally they want to be peaking towards college at the end of college.
That's true.
So
some kids do peak a little bit too early, right? Yeah.
Which is great. They get your foot in the door, and probably an institution that you go to, and then you go there and you already hit your ceiling. So they come in as a freshman and they're doing great weights, and it makes sense number wise. You do a great job recruiting this kid, and then he kind of plateaus and is like, all right, well, I've been doing it now for 12 years at the highest level. So from our standpoint, we have to change programming and keep it, progressing, but starting at a good foundation is the key.
McCall, 6 years old, money grab. Well, there are people down in Fairfield County that have that money to spend.
Check's got to clear, right?
Right? All those little kids, all those little Italians running around in Stanford.
That's it.
Would you rather have a lineman come in college that's on the thin side, or some of these kids that are coming in that are 285? It's definitely not healthy in a lot of these kids. Would you rather a kid coming in at like a 220, 230 frame?
Yeah. In my opinion, it's better to come in with a good frame and lean mass you can build on. Yeah. Because we got to remember is we're in the business of athletic performance. So, for example, if I step on the scale, I'm 300 pounds, you step on the scale, 300 pounds. Yeah. According to that scale, we're the same weight. Yeah. But in reality, if you have 15% body fat, I have 30%. Yeah. We don't look the same, and most importantly, what we perform is not the same.
We definitely don't look the same right now. So, that's good. That's good stuff. I mean, where do you see the industry going? Because it seems like it's monkey see, monkey do a little bit. A lot of copycatting, and there's trends that happen.
Absolutely, and I would say the trends definitely reciprocal. They go up and down and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, I mean, there seems to be a consistent progression. Yeah. And from a strength and conditioning standpoint, you always have to keep changing so you can create more stress on the body and then adapt. If you're doing the same exact thing you've done, you're always going to be the same.
Do you think everybody at this point now, because for years it was all about kind of heavy weights, less reps, and now it seems it's kind of gone and steadied out at this core training first. Do you feel that that's here to stay?
Yeah, and here's the deal. In the past, you would lift heavy the entire year. Yeah, right. There's portions of the season where we have to lift heavy. There's times in the season where we taper off and allow recovery because recovery is more important. You shouldn't hinder the performance of an athlete during their season. The most important thing, why we train, is so they can perform to the best of their ability and feel good going into a game. If they're going into a game sore, lethargic, slower, they're not going to perform well. Chances are they're not going to win. Right? So I think it's changed in the fact that more science has been involved. Where in the past it's more, waters for the weak and more reps, more sets, squat, X amount of weight. Now it's percentage-based stuff where you can regulate how much weight should be on, so you don't have to go heavy every single day and every week. There's deload weeks where we take it really, really light. Some days we go in and just foam roll stretch and get ready.
Oh, that must be beautiful.
It's what do you think? Club now, right?
What do you think? What do you think Coach V's strength and conditioning program was like back in the 70s?
I know for a fact one thing he did was he would get in his car. The team would be running. Yeah. He would be behind them.
Oh, yeah.
And he'd bump you with his car if they slowed down. I know that.
I don't doubt that for one bit.
They run up that hill on the other side. Big Mama. Yeah, running up that hill.
It's a beautiful lady. She keeps giving.
McAuliffe never made it, though, I think. He would take an ambulance back to the gym.
I'm assuming you do give one-on-one personal sessions. Is that something that...
I do. Okay. Now... And that's something that's changed, in my opinion. Yeah. And this is my preference. The industry has kind of shifted because your most valuable asset as a trainer or a coach is your time. And if I spend 1 hour of my time with one individual, I'm dedicating that full hour. And I can only charge X amount of dollars, right? Yeah. So it becomes a ceiling in you can't physically charge $250. Most people aren't going to be able to pay that. So instead, transition to a small group training, where you have 4 kids at $50 an hour.
Spread it out.
They're happy because it's $50, not at 80 or 90.
And you're still giving 4. The ratio's 4 to 1.
Yeah.
So it's
a good. I'm still dedicating my time and effort.
And you can pair them up.
And that 1 hour is now $200 rather than the $50 or the $75. Yeah. If I do personal training, You have to value your time, and you only have to get premium clients. And what I mean by that, everyone's different. I want to work with clients in my industry that are dedicated, dependable, reliable, and want to get better.
Yeah.
You know, personal training is a little bit different, where I'm working with, you know, the average person, and their goal is different than others. Right. And I have to kind of pat them on their butt and be like, hey, good job today. Yeah. In reality, they probably didn't do a good job. Yeah. You know, and you got to keep the checks coming. Yeah. Where in this industry, we can hold our athletes accountable and saying, hey, your goal is to get here. You're not doing what it takes. This, and this is how we're going to change to get there. You know, ideally, our goal is to help you reach yours. So,
how can someone reach out to you if they're interested in setting
email
up with you?
Yeah, email.
UNH email?
Yeah, dfogno@newhaven.edu. That's definitely a thing. And, you know, like I said, we small group training, personal training, whatever that specific, and it's all, you know, we have, you know, 17 sports, so it's all different sports. Doesn't have to be a specific sport, but every program's tailored to that sport, and more importantly, to that individual. Some people have weaknesses in certain areas that need to work on, so it's by person, for example.
So if you are interested, anyone who is listening, go to the UNH Athletics website. You can find
Matt McCullough.
Foggy's
basketball.
Foggy's
staff
email?
basketball. Yeah, staff basketball. Matt McCullough. Played with him for years.
Yeah. Remember, I will be taking the standard 15% cut of anyone that we do get.
There's always a referral fee
from this podcast. So please mention that you did hear it on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's probably sold my soul to this place, huh?
Yeah.
Well. Well. Fantastic. Foggy, thank you. That was.
Now we hope you stick around for our next segment, which we're assuming you will.
Yeah,
right? We
absolutely.
just ate the vegetables and the meat. Now we're gonna get the dessert. That's coming down.
Absolutely.
I'm just teeing this up for you, Coach.
I knew this was what you were going to play.
You did, didn't you?
Of course.
You know me.
What else would you play? So good. And here's the problem with this. It's really annoying to me because they were about to do a reunion.
Yeah.
And it got begged.
Did it?
David Lee Roth coming back. Eddie V. Michael Anthony, who they haven't been on good terms with, was back playing bass. They're putting the original four back out there. There was talk of Yankee Stadium. There was talk of all these stadium shows, and I mean this was talked about teaming up with the Foo Fighters. So with Foo Fighters, Van Halen.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
All done.
Well, those who know us,
not happening.
Those who know us, we do start with a little business, and then we get into.
The rabbit holes we go down.
We go down.
When I take the wheel.
Yeah.
Should I be nervous?
You'll never know.
Should I be nervous?
You'll never
We start about strength and conditioning, and today's topic is...
Talk about the other end of the spectrum, by the way. We just talking about strength and conditioning. Top 10 Ice Cream Man treats.
This is where I might leave.
Let's go. Let's go.
Foggy, come on, you cheat. You have cheat days. Because I've been in your office and you got nuts and berries. You're like a squirrel. You eat like a squirrel.
You have to earn the cheat days.
Correct.
You do.
That's the biggest difference.
Yeah.
Earn them.
Yeah, right.
Earn them.
So you do have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, from pizza, anything it is.
Yeah.
And it's got to be worth it.
Yeah.
By the way.
It does have to be worth it.
By the way,
yeah.
Speaking of pizza, I just got to throw this out there.
Uh-oh. I know where this is going.
I called Modern at Pete's today 7 times. Nobody answered. Finally figured out. I think they're closed for vacation. Shout out to Modern. I was going to bring it in today.
Really?
That's in special honor.
Wow.
But hey, guess what?
Wow.
Which pie?
I was going to go with a small American cheese.
Change your life this one.
And then a regular, just a regular with mutts.
Yeah.
And it'll have to be the next time.
So a small moots or a small grated, just like a...
Not moots.
Yeah.
Moots. And then one with American cheese, which you have to try.
I've never tried it.
I hate that it's so good. I hate that it's so good. It's sacrilegious.
No, so there used to be, you ever hear of the Mexican place in New Haven, Viva Zapata?
No.
They moved to Hamden or something, right?
They may have, but I thought they were in New Haven still. They make nachos with American cheese.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Is that good?
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's just like a Beats with American cheese.
You know what?
It's saltier, right?
What's
it's
that? I was
saltier.
very skeptical.
Me too.
Yeah.
He proved me wrong.
Yeah. Was it shredded or was it like
no.
Like
he took it? Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't. Your prepackaged.
It wasn't crisp.
Singles.
Yeah.
It was.
Was it orange?
Yeah.
Was it Long Island orange?
Yeah.
No.
So next time. But one topic I just want to broach quick before we get to the list, the Ice Cream Man list. Cue the end of the song. I want to talk about sports wagering for 1 second.
Okay. All Right.
Two things near and dear to my heart: sports wagering.
Right.
So, the month of May. In the month of May,
Yeah.
the state of New Jersey generated more sports wagering dollars than Las Vegas.
Right.
For the first time in history.
That's a game changer.
How about that?
That's a game changer. Now.
The mecca of this whole thing is Vegas.
Yeah.
And for the month of May, the state of New Jersey generated more money than they did.
Why?
Good question. Good question, guys.
Population?
I don't know.
Maybe there's more there?
I don't know. I really don't know. And I don't know in the month of May what the events were. Was it horse races? Was it... I don't know.
Well, yeah, the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah. Right.
Well, that won't count.
But that wouldn't matter.
That wouldn't count because that's legal.
So if anybody out there has any ideas, I didn't
what else was out there that was
May, June starts the World Cup, but I can't imagine. That.
You know what? I just think it's the popularity of drawing that many people.
You had the NBA finals.
Well, I just think the geography too. You have people now. You're drawing people from this region. There to wager legally on sports.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's going to be a shift. There's going to be a big shift.
Once everybody jumps on it.
Yeah.
Like I told you, over in Europe, you go to a Premier League game, you get a 12-ounce beer, and you can bet right there, right at the same window.
We've talked about this.
It's right.
So
it's phenomenal.
Talked about this on
it's happening. It's going to happen.
That's going to happen. You're going to go in the Yankee Stadium.
Right.
You're going to be able to place the bet. You're going to be able to get your beer.
You want to help attendance in Major League Baseball? Put gambling right in the stadiums.
100%.
Right.
Yeah. So the Yankees. This will be just another... See, this is the rabbit hole. That's what I'm talking about.
That's where we're going.
Yeah.
So the Yankees built 2 pavilions in their outfield, okay? To the left and right of center field, because attendance was down, right? They figured out and they zoned in on the millennial generation not wanting to sit at a baseball game for 3 hours. It's not what we do. That's not what they do. I say we, I'm not even in that generation.
Right.
That's not what they do. They want to go to someplace, have an experience. They want to be able to walk around, take selfies, put it on Instagram.
Right.
So what the Yankees did, this was 2 years ago, I believe, they built 2 pavilions out in the outfield where it's just that. Freestanding. You can put your back to it, take your Instagram pic, see the whole stadium.
Yeah.
Attendance went up 40% with the millennial generation as soon as they built those.
Wow.
You got to cater to your audience. Simple as that.
You do. You like how I snuck that in? I saw the same thing happening down at Disney, too.
I bet.
Yeah. You just have to adjust because you can't sit there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can't.
So let's talk about the Yankees Red Sox over in England.
Okay.
What's your thoughts about that? Was it worth the trip for them? Was it just was it do you think all right.
I mean,
it's a long.
They played slow pitch softball games. If you saw the scores, I don't know why. I was doing some research trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Was there a Colorado-like effect?
Right.
Did the pitchers just get travel hungover? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
But I mean, those were softball games.
Yeah.
I don't.
Stadiums? I mean, smaller? No stadiums.
Not the
no, they had like what 65,000 at the game. I mean, they were going crazy.
So.
Some of the Barstool memes were legendary. There are a lot of people that had like half Red Sox, half Yankee shirts on, and hats on.
Hat with the Boston flip around Yankees.
Right, and Barstool's all over it.
Is
like,
it good
why?
Is it good to expose the sport 100%? In my mind, it's good as a one-off. It's good as a once a season. But this idea that we're gonna, put X number of games out there,
you're right.
I just don't. I don't see it. I don't know. It's
right?
I don't see it.
It's not going to grow the audience.
No.
They're not going to put teams there.
No. Exactly.
I don't think the market's there.
No.
And it really does put a toll on the players. Like traveling there, coming back. It's not like football because football you get that time off in between.
You do.
These guys don't. These guys are playing 6 days a week.
Yeah, but it's like going to London from the East Coast is like going to LA.
It's
so
really it's
a
just
little
not,
bit
the
different.
Stewardesses are rude. The food's terrible.
Well, did you see the plane that the Red Sox flew on?
I know.
Oh, I'm sure.
Holy cow!
They're not flying British Airways.
No.
I get it.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just something about it that I just
didn't feel right.
Yeah, but I just don't see it as a thing that can grow that way in my mind. That's just me. Speaking of Barstool, by the way, the Prez is shaking things up. I don't know if you saw his.
No, what did he do?
He fired a shot across the bow at everyone that worked there. He's not happy with anybody.
Really?
Yeah, he thinks everyone there is getting too individual. They're trying to promote their own brand. The guy went nuts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big fan of the Prez.
I am too. If you go on, check it out on social media, his letter to everyone and his speech to everyone. They had an awards show sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. Half the staff didn't dress up. Like, they just literally didn't dress up. They came in shorts, T-shirts, and he went bananas.
Well, he created a culture, so...
Well, it's his baby, right? Like, people forget, the press, you know how the press started out? He started out driving a van around.
Right, newspapers.
Throwing out newspapers, trying to get people, interested in this.
Yeah,
so now it's growing. You know that they're a $100 million company right now.
Yeah, valuation was $100 million.
$100 million.
Yeah.
God bless.
Well, I don't know.
IPO soon, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. But I think they got acquired. I thought they...
No, they did, 100%
Yeah, they did.
Wow. Yeah, they gave him his money. And then they retained him as an employee.
And they brought in a president.
Yes.
Yeah.
She came out.
She came in. CEO president. She came in from some big.
I don't know. I don't remember what it was.
Everybody was surprised that she came over too.
Yes, but they see it. They see what that can be and what it's becoming.
4th of July is on us.
Wow. The long-awaited list.
Ooh.
Our best shows. Our best shows are traditionally list shows.
Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
This one to me makes perfect sense. It's 170 degrees in this studio.
Right.
I don't know if I can continue.
It's a third world country.
I'm shredding. I feel like we're in a
Turkish prison in here. I will not. I don't know if I can continue to work. I am the talent. I have a major complaint. So we're going to talk top 10 Ice Cream Man treats.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you that are young, you might get your ice cream on Grubhub. Yeah. You might get your ice cream delivered.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
The ice cream summer experience is the guy driving around. He's probably pretty creepy most of the time.
Mr. Dingaling.
Yeah, with the broken bell that's playing the off-tune music. But when you hear that music, it can be 17 miles away. And your anticipation is just through the roof. He hits your block, and it's on.
You turn it. You're like a little kid. There's certain things that trigger dogs.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Dogs get triggered. They freak out over little things. You open up a cabinet. You do. Say Ice Cream Man.
100%.
You'll see a kid move as fast as humanly possible.
They'll break Deion Sanders' record for the 40.
4.2s. Now, my question is, are they warming up before they hit that run? No. They're not pulling anything.
No.
They're going straight for that.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You put the ice cream on it if you pull it.
That's it.
Yep.
So I'd made my top 10 list.
All right.
This is my top 10.
So top 10, let's clarify. Yes. Top 10 ice cream from the Ice Cream Man.
They're not all ice cream.
Okay.
It's what the Ice Cream Man sold or vended. Okay. Now, the majority are.
All right.
But there are some that are not ice cream.
Distributing.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. That's why I said Ice Cream Man treats.
Okay.
It could have, if it was on the truck, it counted.
All right.
That's why I did it.
Okay.
So I have top 10. I'll start with an honorable mention, something I got to bring up, which I always do as well, because there's always more than 10, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I remember this as a kid. This is from the gum department.
Oh.
Foggy, I know you have a gum thing. I have Big League Chew, which was huge when I was a kid with the Ice Cream Man, and I think that was really the only place I bought it was with the Ice Cream Man. And Fortune Gum. I don't know if you guys know what Fortune Gum.
No.
My Ice Cream Man had these. It was like a fortune cookie, but it was gum.
Yeah.
You got a fortune. I mean, it was terrible. It lasted 30 seconds, but they were really cheap, so you could buy like 100 of them. They were,
So it's a Long Island thing?
Yeah. I don't know.
Long Island had a different whole thing.
Oh, it's a different galaxy. Different galaxy. Different galaxy.
Fudgy Wudgy bars.
Right?
Yeah.
We didn't make the list, by the way, but we had it. That's JV.
Yeah, that's JV.
So, Foggy, tell you have a gum situation?
Listen, bubble tape.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't a big sweet guy, never have been.
Yeah.
But bubble tape.
I just don't understand that.
I played Little League Baseball growing up.
Yeah.
And that was my first kind of entrepreneurship because I would buy bubble tape and bring it in to the dugouts.
Yeah.
All right? And everyone knows that bubble tape, it's 6 feet long.
Yeah.
I was going in between innings, 25 cents for the finger length. 50 cents.
You were hustling.
75, and the arm was $1.
God,
always hustling.
So
always hustling.
$1 into 5.
Always hustling.
On 3 tapes, making $15 a game.
No,
exactly.
You're a hustling.
And and that was basically the start of sparking interest in
Foggy Enterprises.
That's it. And we had grape, and that was the most flavor. Everyone liked grape.
Really, grape was
at least in my dugout. I don't know. This was Sanford, Connecticut.
Well, in West Haven, they were selling nickel bags.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we got a couple bomb pops, throwing them out there, Jay. All right, we'll get there. All right, so good one, Foggy. Hustler. Hustler.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I will start the list. Number 10 for me, okay? The Choco Taco. You guys know what that is?
I do.
The Choco Taco.
I do.
Wow.
It's literally,
Tell me about
it's an ice cream taco.
Okay. Yep.
Right?
Oh.
So Taco Bell used to sell them too, by the way.
I do remember that. That's
not-
probably where I saw it.
Yeah, that's my number 10. Okay?
We got a little comment. Fortune gum tossed to us for free by the ice cream man.
100%. Mine
Gross,
used to do it too.
Giving
but
away.
free.
100%.
Yeah. And he would toss Red Hots too.
Yeah, oh, Red Hots were the worst. We ate them.
Yeah.
You know? My number 9 is the chocolate crunch bar with the candy bar in the middle.
Yeah.
Had the made by under the same umbrella as the other, the toasted almond, the strawberry shortcake, the chocolate one with the bar in the middle.
Great.
Loved it.
Great.
Loved it. That's number 9. Number 8, my first non-ice cream, the Bomb Pop, which is the red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Right? What's more American than
I
that?
was going to say.
So that was considered a popsicle then.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, popsicle.
Yes.
Falls in the realm.
Flavored ice, as they say.
Flavored ice.
But it had the American flag.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. There was something about the grooves. Like it was.
Yes, right. Yes,
Loved,
yes. That's right. It was the groove.
And if you tried to always, I would bite it. It was way too cold.
Yeah.
I'd freak out.
Yeah.
But I still did it every
Right.
time.
Yeah.
Love that bomb.
Yeah.
Love it. And I'm not a big ice guy, but I love
Yeah.
those. My number 7, this one is fantastic. If you remember Fun Dip.
Oh,
Yes.
Fun Dip.
Yes.
You put the
Yeah.
The
now,
vanilla.
what
Was it a
the-
vanilla stick?
What was the white stick made of?
It was
Like,
vanilla. It was a
really?
vanilla flavor. Yes.
It was edible.
Yeah.
I crushed it. It was edible.
Yeah. It was vanilla.
And you dip it into the different flavors.
Yep.
I mean, straight sugar
Yeah.
in each
Absolutely.
3 pouches.
Food
Yeah.
coloring here and
Food
there.
coloring,
Yeah.
some chemical dye.
Yeah. Oh my
and
gosh.
it was unreal.
I remember that.
Fun Dip.
Absolutely.
And you couldn't just eat one pouch. You had to. But I think they gave you 2 sticks, so you had to be careful.
You did.
Right?
Yep.
You had to be
Drop
careful.
one, you had to go on both sides.
Well, then you just
Tricky.
and then you drop one in the grass, and it's unsalvageable.
It's
you
still
just
on,
dump
though.
that pouch right straight
There
in your
you
mouth.
go.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
You got,
It's
have
still
water on hand.
Yeah.
Water on hand.
You had to do a dip.
Correct. So
Yeah.
my number 7 is Fun Dip.
Yeah.
My number 6, I don't know if you guys are familiar, the Sundae Cone. It's the cone.
Yes.
It's got a big ball.
Yes.
It's got the nuts, the
Yeah.
chocolate,
Yeah.
the chocolate syrup
Absolutely.
inside the
right.
vanilla.
Right.
Right?
With a wafer cone.
Wait for
Correct.
cone. Yep.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything
Yeah.
on that one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The drumstick, I think, is more modern now,
Yeah.
right? It's called the drumstick. But I don't think the drumstick has the chocolate, the hot fudge in the middle. The Sundae Cone does.
Wow.
There's no
Game changer.
detail that I don't know.
I
by the
know.
way.
I figured that one out. Right?
So,
Yeah.
my number 5, this is this now we start getting into the, all right, I got to make decisions. 5 through 1 would
Yeah.
blow my mind.
Right. You had yeah.
5 through 1 was when I stared at the board and went, man, I don't know what
This is
I really
tough.
don't know what to do.
This is tough.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
My number 5 was the theme. It was a cartoon theme, ice cream / ice. You either had SpongeBob, which was fantastic, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They had a Spider-Man one. Now what they did was they put like the nose would be a gumball.
Gumball.
Yes.
I know what you're- red
There's-
gumball. Yep.
Yep,
Yeah.
and there would be
Absolutely.
the SpongeBob one I thought was the best one,
Yeah.
best combination of ice cream
Yeah.
with the candy.
Yep.
Spider-Man because I'm a comic geek, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one was actually awesome too because they had more chocolate ice cream on that one. So I grouped them all together. The theme pop, let's call it, is my 5. All right. Now
Now we're getting into it.
This is
this is the 27 Yankees top of the lineup.
Right.
This is my number 4. This is a total separate branch. The Mr. Softy double cone. Where it's the
nice.
side by
Yes.
side. Okay.
Double
Talk
fisting.
about
Double
a
fisting.
Genius.
invention.
Right.
You can get one stem, but 2 cones.
Yeah.
There's
I would have made it like a menorah. I would have made 12 and just went, or 8 or whatever it's supposed to be, and go nuts. And if I had my way, right? Like
Right.
it was, but that was just fantastic.
Menorah.
Yeah, the
Right.
Mr. Softy menorah, right? I would have made 8 and
Right.
just went to work.
Right.
But the double cone, you can get chocolate sprinkles on one side, rainbow on
Yes.
the
You're
other.
feeling that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Mr. Softy in itself,
Oh,
fantastic.
Fantastic.
But he's not the traditional ice cream man, right?
Right.
So,
No, he's not good humor.
but he
man.
made number 4.
All right.
Foggy, I know you like this one. My number 3, the cookie sandwich, the chocolate chip one.
Unbelievable.
Right.
That's your number 1?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I got a number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 2.
But I'll give a shout out to the Oreo one. There's an Oreo one.
That's a
My
good
wife
one.
loves the Oreo one.
Yeah.
Bless her heart.
It's more new age though.
Yeah.
But the
yeah.
chocolate chip one to me was the
Yeah.
one.
With the
Yeah.
chocolate on the outside.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
the
100%. The
chips
chips
on the
are
outside.
huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, just the chemicals involved in the cookie itself.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But it was to me, and you know what? easily eaten because you could hold it.
Yes.
And I like when
hands wouldn't get that cold.
No, you'd have to actually get the chocolate chips off your hands. Yep. But I liked when the ice cream got a little melted in the middle, right?
Softer.
You look around there a little bit. Yep. I mean, number 2, I think Rob is very partial to this one. The toasted almond.
Oh, it's the best.
I love it.
That's
I love the toasted almond. That's my number 1.
That's my number 1. That's my. If there's an ice, there's I'm going to get the name wrong, but I think it's on Chapel Street, right on Yale's campus. Athenia's.
And then what is it?
Ice cream place.
Oh.
They have, it's a dairy farm up in like the northwest corner of the state.
A Greek ice cream shop.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, it's named after that, but it's actually, it's like Athenia's.
Okay.
It's right there on Yale campus, right? They have a toasted almond ice cream, but it doesn't have anything in it. It's just the flavor of the actual vanilla. Oh, my God.
Okay.
I might have to go there after this.
We can take a trip.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Now, my number 1 is a very specialized thing, and I hope people remember this. It is by far, there is no other substitute for me in terms of ice cream man things. And I would get it literally every time. Every time. If it was in stock, which if it wasn't in stock, I would slash the guy's tires. I mean, that's how it was. So, the Wwf Ice Cream Bar.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Never even heard of
Ice Cream Bar.
Never.
So it had a picture of the wrestler.
Yeah.
You get a random one. It had a cookie with the picture painted on of the wrestler, vanilla ice cream, and chocolate on the back.
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, Undertaker was a big one.
And it looked like it was made out of crayon. Like someone drew it in crayon. It wasn't like a HD picture.
It was a stamp.
It was like a stamp, like a generic.
Google it, look it up.
Yeah.
Order me a case if you can.
That was my number 1.
Whatever. That was my one. That was my number 1.
Wow.
My number 1.
Yeah.
By far.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, by far. I never really got into the frozen Twix, Snickers. That was a gimmick to me.
Yeah.
It's not pure ice cream man things.
Yep.
Right.
The slushes.
You were Italian ice. You didn't like the watermelon Italian ice.
I like the Marinos, the yellow with the green. Yeah. I mean, that's the Gindaloon ice. I get it.
The Gindaloon ice.
That's not. But you know what? That's not though.
Yeah.
That's not ice cream man.
Yeah.
That's pizzeria.
Yeah.
To me,
you might as well do gelato.
That's pizzeria. Yeah, I'm not. I get that at the pizzeria. I don't. Yeah. The ice cream man comes up
like the strawberry shortcake.
Ice.
You know the strawberry.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember
that was
crumbles
good.
Yeah.
They were in the same family as the toasted almond and the chocolate eclair.
That's right.
The Crunch Bar.
Exactly.
But no, I felt like that was for the girls. Yeah. Like they needed a girl one.
Yeah.
That was the one they needed.
Well, I had sisters, so I just hid behind them. Give young Robbie a toasted almond.
Yeah. So I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Top 10 ice cream. We'll give me a hand.
I mean, listen. Again, all my opinion's usually right, so I would try all these in that order. You'll probably feel the same way.
Yeah.
I don't see how you wouldn't. Led Zeppelin's on. Doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah. I'm
going to forecast and give a little preview of another list that's coming out,
all right.
which will be our next episode. Top 10 summertime songs.
Of what generations?
All time?
Okay. Yeah. Here's the parameters.
All right.
It does not have to have summer or summertime in the lyrics or the title. A song that reminds you of summer is fine, and it can go anywhere from the 1920s all the way to yesterday.
Yeah. Wow.
Now,
that's tough.
I'm trying to stick with the obvious titles of that you'll know it's a summertime song.
Yeah.
I think there are enough in my Rolodex that I keep up here, which is second to none. Just ask my co-host here about my Rolodex. My mental Rolodex. The list is going to be fantastic.
We can't.
I've already started generating it. I'm already arguing with myself. So you know it's going to be good.
So everybody think about theirs.
Summertime songs.
So we're looking at next Tuesday or the following, the 10th or the 17th. What's today? The Tuesday? Is today Tuesday or Wednesday?
Today is Wednesday.
All right. So
today's Tuesday. I'm sorry.
So we're looking at either the 9th. Is it the 9th or
let me check.
Or the 16th.
We'll have to fact check this.
We'll have to fact check this one.
Second?
Yeah.
9th.
All right.
So
summertime girls.
Fantastic!
Yeah, he's starting early. Jay Bowen starting early.
That's what I mean.
Wow. Yes, we like it.
But it doesn't have to have the word summer in the title or lyrics about it.
But it can.
It definitely can.
But
you
it
get
had
extra points for that.
Extra points
But it's got to be a song that reminds you of the summer when you were a kid. A song that you blast on the radio.
Yeah. Jimmy Buffett's in your head right
now.
Yeah. Things like that. It's fun.
Yeah.
I can see that.
All these songs will have an emotional attachment to me. All these songs will have things that brought me back. Why do we listen to music, right? To get taken to another place.
That's right.
That's what all these will do for me.
Yeah.
And we'll all have a summer thing about it.
Yep.
We'll probably have really good stories about why.
Yep.
And some will just be obvious because they'll have summer in the title.
I can't wait.
And I will do my top 10.
Foggy, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Foggy, you might have to have a reoccurring role on here just because we need a movie star. We need a movie star.
Correct.
Right?
I don't bring that to the table.
Right.
Just blue collar, hard working.
You are.
That's it.
You are.
The everyman.
Right. The everyman.
Like we are.
The everyman that used to hustle the 8-year-olds in Little League. Love it.
Every day's a hustle, everybody.
So we may be, hopefully this summer, definitely I think in the fall, we're going to be having live broadcasts down at the Blue Horse.
Yes.
The Blue Horse down on Campbell Avenue in West Haven.
Which is new.
We're working out the details as we speak.
We are working out the details, so we're going to take this show on the road. Provided we will have the music, we will have the entertainment, we will have top 10s. I believe they're going to have food specials and drink specials. We'll be making an announcement. So those are coming home. We'll probably have one, maybe homecoming weekend when all the boys are in
Are back in
the boys are back in
ugly.
Yeah, that could be a fun
ugly,
one.
I mean fantastic.
Yeah, that could be a fun one somewhere. So, boys, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sports Business Podcast, live, WNHU, on the campus of University of New Haven. We'll see you next week.
Come on back. I just want to go to the ice cream man right now. That's all I do is stare at this list.
I was going to say,
the WWF Wrestling Bar.
that was my thing.
Can you still get them is my question.
You got to be able to.
I don't know if they don't make them.